welcome to our February 2022 episode of Tallinn Talks, a podcast and video series brought to you through the cooperation of the Tallinn City Centre Government, the City Centre New Arrivals Council, and the City of Tallinn, as part of the Tallinn City Centre for New Arrivals project. I'm Chantal.
And I'm Solis Rose, and we're both part of Tallinn's international community, and we're happy to help you connect to your new city and feel more like a local. And there's nothing more local than celebrating Estonia's Independence Day coming up on the 24th of February. Now, while there are many celebratory events lined up for the day, the presidential speech, for instance, from that to the annual military parade, as well as feasting and dancing planned by, well, all of us, Tallinn Talks will be taking a trip down memory lane, back where it all began, to explore how Estonians managed to keep their independence celebrations alive, even during decades of Soviet occupation.
Definitely a discussion to look forward to, but first up, as always, the local news. And at the end of last year, thousands of Tallinners were interviewed as part of the Tallinn Satisfaction Survey, which found that 94% of residents are satisfied with Tallinn's living environment. 34% were even very satisfied. The urban cleanliness, the condition of green areas, playgrounds, and health and exercise trails scored the highest at nearly 90% satisfaction, and respondents were most dissatisfied with the level of noise and dust in their neighbourhood, but only at 25% of respondents expressing dissatisfaction. Purita residents are the most satisfied with their district, with a whopping 98% satisfaction, and even the lowest scores, which were seen in Christina, still saw 90% satisfaction. And a stat that will be the envy of many cities around the world, over 20% of Tallinners reach their main work or school destination in 10 minutes or less, even on a weekday, with over 50% being 20 minutes or less, showing that even with the growth and expansion of the city, commuting times have stayed extremely low for a capital city.
Well, and staying on urban themes, a recent publication by the European Environment Agency ranked Tallinn in the top 10 of European capitals in terms of the extent of green infrastructure, coming in 7th in terms of urban green space and 8th in terms of urban tree cover. Tallinn is due to become the European Green Capital of 2023, and the city's 2023 development strategy sets a target of at least 65% of Tallinn's land surface being natural. Now, great examples of the project in play include the upcoming 14-kilometer park on the Pollinator Highway, as well as the Cleanly Park on the Lasnamäe Clifftop, which we explored in more detail in our last episode.
And to continue developing our wonderful city, the European Investment Bank has signed a €100 million loan agreement with the City of Tallinn for its multi-year investment program in urban infrastructure. Staying on the theme of integrated, sustainable urban renewal, the loan will be used in renovating schools, vocational schools, social housing, as well as improving sustainable mobility in the city, with upgraded bicycle routes, pedestrian pathways, and existing streets. Since 1993, the EIB has invested more than $3.5 billion in Estonian projects, ranging from the modernization of Tallinn Airport to providing funding for small and medium-sized enterprises and innovative tech companies in the country.
Now, in March, and after delays due to the ongoing pandemic, free museum Sundays will be launched in Tallinn to give free admission into many museums around the city on the first Sunday of every month. The program will initially involve all branches of Tallinn City museums, being the Tallinn City Life Museum, the Photo Museum in the former town prison, Tallinn's first community museum in Kalamaja, the Mia Meela Children's Museum in Kadriorg, the Peter I House Museum, the Cake in the Cook Fortification Museum, and the Tallinn Russian Museum. Included in this list are 3 Tallinn literary museums in Kadriorg, namely Vilde Museum, Tammsaare Museum, and Tallinn's newest museum, the Mati Unt Museum. The last 2 years have had a big impact on the museum and cultural participation. So visit tallinn.ee/Museum Sunday and be sure to head out to your local museum this March.
And while we'll talk extensively about the anniversary of Estonia's independence shortly, an even older Estonian icon will celebrate its anniversary soon. The Town Hall Pharmacy, or Rajaptek in Tallinn, is the oldest active pharmacy in Europe, and 2022 will mark 600 years since its first written mention. It's the oldest operating healthcare institution in Estonia, and back in the day was kind of like a cafe, where people socialized while drinking sparkling wine or tea. The Rajaptek was also a meeting place for town hall lords and other important people, so it's believed to have a really big influence in Tallinn's history. 17th century customers could buy 54 types of water, 25 fats, 128 different oils, alongside medicines which were derived from burnt bees, stallion hooves, burnt hedgehogs, earthworm oil, and bleached dog feces, with much, much more.
Okay. Interesting back in the day. Yeah. Medicine definitely has come far, hasn't it?
Right.
Well, today the pharmacy works hand in hand with the museum, and pharmacy customers can visit the museum room to experience the history or purchase a bottle of the famous 16th century spiced wine claret. The museum organizes tours and workshops for both children and adults and takes an active part in the Tallinn medieval days, Old Town Days, and is also open on museum night.
And another birthday, so the Estonian Language House in Tallinn recently celebrated 4 years of providing language support to the residents of Tallinn, including consultation on options to learn Estonian, language lessons, language cafes, culture swaps, and events to practice. Check out the new Facebook page at facebook.com/Tallinna Eesti Keele Maja, launched as part of the celebrations.
Now, speaking of languages, are you or do you know someone between the ages of 18 to 25 with good written and verbal English? Do you have a keen interest in helping shape a sustainable future for Tallinn? 2022 is the European Year of the Youth, and the city of Espoo is launching a program for mentors for the future, having mayors engaging with young mentors selected from their respective cities to listen to their dreams, to listen to their expectations, as well as find out their fears about the future. Now, this program aims to increase the involvement of young people in the decision-making about issues that affect their cities.
And one of the young mentors will have the opportunity to be part of Tallinn's delegation to the annual meeting of Eurocities in Espoo, Finland, from the 8th to the 10th of June. You must be willing to participate in at least 3 meetings with other young people and a politician representing the city throughout the spring, and participate in online discussions with mentors from all of the other cities. To apply, submit an application form and a CV and a motivational letter in English on the topic How to Adapt to Climate Change and Move Towards a Sustainable Future by the 28th of February. See contact details on the Tallinn City website.
All right. And whilst you're at it, Tallinn is also a UNESCO City of Music that since October 2021 made official this year. And the city has opened a call for applications to support the next round of music events for 2022. In the first music grant round of the year, Tallinn awarded over 53,000 euros to 11 music projects, including a 12-hour musical, lyrical and choreography event coming this September along the city walls and towers, performed by Tallinn music students. Also, the 16th International Guitar Festival to be held in June. The Tallinn Wind Band and Strings Festival, the upcoming 40th edition of the Estonian Jazz Union's International Rhythm Music Festival, and live and electronic music events at Sveta Bar. The deadline for submitting the next round of applications is 10th of March 2022, and winners will be announced 1 month later. For more details on the submission process, see the Tallinn City website.
And lastly, if like me, your camera is never too far away, the photo competition year-round in Tallinn has started again, aiming to capture the beauty and the changes of the Tallinn cityscape throughout the year. You can submit up to 4 photos throughout the year via the competition website until November the 15th. Black, white, color from your camera, your iPhone, but the photo must have been taken during 2022. Qualifying images will be displayed until the 1st of December. A public vote will elect the public favorite, as well as formal judging by the commission to select the main winner and special prizes. And an exhibition of the best photos will be made in the tunnel of Freedom Square. So get snapping as the city quickly transforms over the coming months.
Well, get snapping. I do have a camera now, so maybe I'll
there
just
you go. There you go.
I'll come for some tips from you.
Exactly. Happy to help.
And that's a wrap on episode 8 of Tallinn Talks. If you want more local news content, then subscribe to the Tallinn in Brief English newsletter today. The newsletter, which comes out once a month, provides a great overview of what is happening in the capital. You can find a subscription link in the podcast description below.
And also, if you live in the city centre or you're just interested in everyday updates from Keskelin, or maybe you have some questions or thoughts for the local authorities, then join the Tallinn City Centre for Expats official Facebook community, which is administered by the Tallinn City Centre government. Don't forget to subscribe to Tallinn Talks YouTube channel while you're at it. I'm Chantel, thanks for joining us. Stay safe on those icy roads and sidewalks, and we'll see you next month.
Bye.